At exactly 11:59 p.m. on October 31st, security footage captured Ethan standing on a decommissioned track. He steps forward and vanishes. This archival photograph illustrates the scale of a traditional steam locomotive. Phantom versions of these massive machines appear globally. Their physical weight requires significant infrastructure. Thousands of tons of iron rely on heavy rails to maintain momentum. Stepping onto the platform at midnight resulted in a total erasure from physical reality. 1 hour earlier, Ethan arrived at this abandoned site to begin a rational investigation. The overgrowth and silence indicate decades of total desolation. The environment immediately triggers subjective sound, auditory hallucinations like ringing or faint directional whispers that cause a victim to doubt their own senses. Heavy fog then rolls over the tracks, systematically removing the horizon line and local landmarks. Without these reference points, spatial orientation fails. This paranormal environment isolates and psychologically breaks the subject long before a physical threat ever manifests. At midnight, the train forcefully breaches the physical world. The arrival utilizes chiaroscuro lighting, extreme contrasts between brilliant light and deep shadow. The starburst effect from the headlamp is blinding, actively concealing the true nature of the locomotive behind the glare. The mechanical screech of the doors opening signals a point of no return for the investigator. This image shows the interior of a carriage. Inside, the geography is defined by green walls, striped seating, and sterile overhead lights that leave no corner in shadow. By crossing the threshold into the train car, Ethan surrendered his physical agency to an inescapable paranormal vessel. Other passengers sit in the rows with a chilling uniformity, their bodies maintaining an unnatural stillness despite the motion of the train. These figures trigger the uncanny valley response, a primal fear that arises when we encounter faces that are almost but not quite human. Their expressionless, dead eyes signal a total absence of life. This cavernous concrete tunnel reflects the Kimling Jalor, a station of the dead where the deceased are dropped off. This train functions as a mobile version of that terminal. Ethan moves down the aisle to find missing person posters lining the carriage walls. He recognizes the faces on the posters as the silent passengers sitting in the seats around him. The train permanently preserves its victims in a state of eternal, paralyzed transit. Ethan moves quickly through the car, scanning the faces and matching them to the rows of faded paper on the walls. The rhythmic clacking of the wheels stops. This sudden, complete cessation of background noise is a false calm, signaling an immediate threat. He finally reaches the last missing person poster. The photograph is an exact match for Ethan, and the date of disappearance is tonight. A passenger in the seat ahead finally moves. The figure stands and turns to reveal Ethan's own doppelganger. Stepping aboard was the final confirmation of a death that had already occurred. A violent mechanical lurch sends the train back into the void, sealing the trap. The timeline resets to the objective security footage from the start of the night. Ethan's subjective experience was one micro-revolution in a cyclical narrative, a loop that resets every Halloween. The midnight train is an unstoppable manifestation of fate that will inevitably return to collect its next passenger.